It's just things getting blown out. I mean, we know the context of the season where we're at, and like I said last 2 nights ago when I was up here, it was the biggest game because it was the one that was next, and trying to stay in the moment. Dropped the ball, didn't play well, got blown out. Didn't really have any life in first quarter. It's a tough one, you know. Obviously want to play better. Obviously want to be in a situation where you're, competitive and rising to the level of competition, and we didn't do it.
Does this feel like a team that has a normal level of late season fatigue, or is it more than normal?
It's appropriate. I mean, every team's in the same situation. Same schedule, same protocols, so our experience is no different. Every team has to make the right calls on how to balance everything that's thrown at you in the sports world and be ready to play. So we've had a really good run, as of late, and I found a way to manage that. Tonight was not that type of night, and we have a 4-game road trip to hopefully respond. So that's all we got to do.
Hey, Steph. Tomer Barzani with Sports Illustrated. As the leader of this team, what do you tell your guys after a loss like this, looking forward to Thursday's game against the Timberwolves?
You want to turn the page. You understand that, the Mavs are a talented team. They get paid to play basketball just like we do. And some nights, it looks like they get paid more across the board. And so it's just a matter of us trying to remember who we are, remember our identity, not dwell on it too long, and find a way to keep our confidence in who we've shown, ourselves to be over this last little stretch. And, 10 games to sprint to the finish line, we got to still have a good opportunity.
Steph, you guys have obviously had bad games earlier in the year. Is there anything you can point to as to why the effort was so bad tonight?
No. If I would have, might have been able to say something earlier in the game to try to course correct. But they you got to give them credit. They played well. They played with a level of assertiveness and aggressiveness and physicality, and they had a certain game plan to defend us, and it worked. So we have to make adjustments if teams want to try to do that again, and we have to be able to play, better, more aggressive, focused defense to start games. So we're a top 10 ranked defense for a reason, and most nights you can rely on that to weather the storm a little bit if offensively you're not getting it going. It was a perfect storm of everything going wrong tonight.
I think the final tally on that first half run was 28-0. Have you felt a run? Can you remember a run like that on you in your career?
No. Trying to think. Raymond's whispering in our ear, it hasn't been one since 2009 in the NBA. I guess there's a reason for that. So I was trying to think if we had done it to anybody before. No.
Sorry to make you try to find the words for this, but what is that like, the spiraling and then watching it happen to all of your teammates?
It's tough. I think it's not for a lack of, I'll call it effort, even though we I don't know what it looked like on film in terms of how we're flying around, how we were moving, but you obviously are trying everything to stop it, stop the bleeding. But sometimes in games like that, not 28-0, but sometimes, you make turnovers that bounce the right way so they get an easy layup, or, an offense rebound that goes right to a three-point shooter, or, you know, every miscommunication you have, they make you pay by knocking down the shot. So it's the perfect storm of literally everything going, you know, their way, whether they caused it or not. So it's a tough one.
So listening to Steph there, Grant, I was reminded of the fact that when the Warriors had that loss in Tampa Bay,